All right, so today we're diving into what a lot of people are calling the next huge leap for AI, and that's agentic AI. We're talking about moving beyond AI that just, talks to us and into a whole new world where AI actually acts for us.
So just think about this for a second. What if AI could do more than just chat? What if it could actually get what you're trying to do, come up with a solid plan, and then, here's the key part, do the work to make it a reality? That's the massive shift we're digging into here. We're going from simple conversation to real, tangible action.
And this really gets to the core of it. The AI we're all used to, the chatbots, they're reactive. You prompt them, they respond. They're basically just fancy language generators. But agentic AI, that's a whole different ballgame. It acts proactively. It's not just spitting out text. It is a genuine problem solver.
Okay, so what does it actually mean for an AI to be agentic? Well, it's all about giving that AI the power to act, to have, agency. So let's break down exactly what capabilities make all of this possible.
So, a truly agentic system, it works in this continuous loop. First, it has to understand your intent, right? Not just the words you typed, but what you actually want to accomplish. Then, it cooks up a plan, and this is the crucial part. It takes action, using real tools and APIs. After that, it looks at what happened, learns from any mistakes, and adjusts its strategy. It just keeps doing this over and over until, bam, the goal is met.
Now, these amazing capabilities, they don't just magically appear. They're built on top of 4 foundational pillars. So let's dive into the first one and see how this whole thing actually works.
Okay, pillar number 1 is autonomy. And honestly, this is probably what you're already picturing in your head. An AI that can just go and do its thing without a human having to micromanage every single step. It's all about independent action.
And when you compare it to what we're used to, the difference is just night and day. A traditional AI is totally static. It's got no memory of past conversations, and it never starts anything on its own. And an autonomous agent, on the other hand, can kick off its own workflows. It can use memory, both short and long-term, to make better decisions, and, maybe most importantly, it learns and adapts. It's really the difference between a basic calculator and a smart, self-sufficient assistant.
All right, on to our second pillar, goal orientation. See, an agent isn't just there for a quick back-and-forth chat. Nope, it's designed to complete a mission. It has a complex objective, and its whole purpose is to work towards that goal until the job is well and truly done.
Let's take an example. Say your goal is to compare pricing for all your competitors. A normal chatbot, it might just throw a few search links at you. Kind of helpful, but not really. An agent, though, it breaks the entire problem down. It gets the goal, figures out the right tools for the job, like web scrapers, goes out and executes the searches, pulls all that data together, and then hands you the finished product, a nice, neat comparison table. It thinks in logical steps, just like a person would.
Pillar number 3 is a big one, reasoning. You can think of this as the brain of the whole operation. It's that cognitive spark that lets the agent think logically, plan its next move, and, this is so important, self-correct when things don't go according to plan.
A perfect example of this in action is something called chain of thought reasoning. Let's say you tell it to plan a trip to Paris. It doesn't just spit out a random hotel, it reasons its way through the problem. It thinks, okay, the logical first step is finding cheap flights. Then, step 2 has to be comparing hotel prices near the good spots. And finally, step 3 is putting it all together into the best possible itinerary. See? It's building a logical chain of actions to get you to your goal.
And that brings us to our fourth and, you could argue, most transformative pillar, tool use. I mean, think about it. All the planning and reasoning in the world mean absolutely nothing if the AI can't actually do anything, right? This is the pillar that gives the agent the ability to reach out and interact with the digital world, to execute real actions.
Yeah, there's this quote I love that just nails it perfectly. Agentic AI is AI with hands. That's what this is all about. It can make API calls, it can query databases, update your spreadsheets. It can even write and run its own code. This is the bridge that connects thinking to actually doing. So, there you have it. The 4 pillars: autonomy, goal orientation, reasoning, and tool use. But here's the thing, they don't work in isolation. Not at all. Their real magic happens when they all come together, combining to create this seamless workflow that takes a plan all the way to a finished action.
So let's walk through how this all connects in a real workflow. It all kicks off with your goal.
Autonomy lets the agent get to work on its own to start planning, reasoning is what helps it figure out the smartest course of action, and then tool use is what lets it actually execute those steps. After it's done something, it reflects on the outcome to see if it can do better next time, and then it delivers the final result. It's this complete closed-loop system. It's almost like having a perfect digital employee.
And look, this isn't just some far-off futuristic theory. This is happening right now. So let's take a look at where these agentic systems are already being put to work out there in the real world.
And wow, the applications are just unbelievably broad. In finance, you've got agents analyzing markets and making smart portfolio decisions. In software development, they're hunting down and fixing bugs all by themselves. In education, imagine a personalized tutoring agent that adapts to a student's learning style in real time. The common thread here? It's the automation of these really complex, multi-step tasks. It is fundamentally changing how work gets done in, well, pretty much every industry.
All right, as we start to wrap this up, I want to bring it back to the core transformation we're talking about. Because agentic AI, it really represents a fundamental shift in what we should even expect from artificial intelligence.
So let's do a super quick recap of what each pillar brings to the table. Autonomy, that means the AI can work with minimal guidance. Goal orientation, it can tackle and complete complex objectives. Reasoning, that's its ability to think and plan logically. And tool use, that's what gives it the power to execute real-world actions. You put them all together and you get a system that doesn't just process information, it achieves outcomes.
And honestly, if you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this simple idea. Traditional AI answers. Agentic AI achieves.
This is the evolution that's happening right under our noses. We're moving past just chat and into genuine capability. We're not just building better assistants anymore. We are building autonomous AI workers. And believe me, that changes absolutely everything.